everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 15 Good Minutes. Coach B here, just learning from these fine gentlemen that I thought I knew very well. Clearly, I don't. They all get
Pedicures.
Pedicures
Yes.
regularly.
Yeah.
I showed them these 14-year-old nail clippers that work for me, and all I'm getting is grief from the team. So yeah, that's what we're working on. But because I look up to these cats, I'm going to have to consider that now.
Yes.
But apparently, there are rules. I need to understand the rules because they just broke it down for me about hands and that it gets a little different when you start glossing nails and stuff like that.
Yeah. Don't get no polish. No polish nowhere.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Freddie, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I mean, I just for the record, I don't know the difference between a manicure or a pedicure, so I just go in and say I need my feet done. I don't know the difference.
Charles, what's up, my man?
I'm wonderfully excellent, my brother.
Welcome back. LB, how you doing?
Happy Tuesday, people. Happy Tuesday.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got a quick one today. I want to talk about something because it's something else I was going to talk about, but I just don't feel that we was ready for that. Like, there's a lot going on in baseball right now. Wild cards are starting. An entire topic could be what the hell happened to the Mets? How do you have a $350 million payroll team don't make the playoffs, and only one other team before them has ever done it, and it was them? So that's a whole different story. One of the things I want to talk about, and that's why you guys are here today, though, is it's NFL related, and it's just the Baltimore Ravens. So the question that I'm going to ask you is, at 1-3, when you look at the Ravens, is there cause for concern, or is it much ado about nothing? And I'll tell you that I had them picked early as a strong AFC North team as always. Three of us were on the golf trip a few weeks ago, and we watched them give a game. I said give a game away against Buffalo that they should have won. This past weekend, they lost to Kansas City, and I'm of the mindset that no matter what's going on, those are the two teams that they have to be able to beat. Now, having said that, there's a lot of stuff going on with them, some Harbaugh, in my opinion, through the offense and the defense. So because of the collective expertise with the NFL, I wanted to just see, is it something that we should be concerned about? Are you concerned for the Ravens, Charles?
I am totally concerned for the Ravens.
Why is that? What part?
You brought a stud in, and you don't give him the ball. That's the first thing. Henry, the first game he got 18 carries. After that, he's barely got over 10 carries in the other two in the other games, and all of them has been losses. Every one of them been lost, and they should not have lost to Buffalo. But at the end, they started passing the ball instead of running the ball. Right now,
just as a point of clarification, I'm going to throw it back at you. They got to the end of the game that way because that very guy fumbled the ball and lost it. Are we going to overlook that?
And you just going to bring up my point here is that one of the things that probably why they're not running the ball because he's been fumbling the ball this year, right? But still they got a great offensive line, right? I still think they put too much on Lamar. They put too much on him. If you bought somebody in, take that off of him so that basically, and he could be even better, right? If he didn't have to run, all he's doing is going back and passing the ball, right? Or run when it's convenient, like Mahomes does. Mahomes goes back with the intention of passing the ball, not to run, but he can run when he needs to. All right, so I don't care for their offensive coordinator, Todd Monken. I don't care for him. I think he's horrible. All right, and
big difference between not caring for him and horrible, but okay.
but that's on Harbaugh.
Yes,
that's on Harbaugh. That is on him, right? The philosophy still comes from the head coach, and his philosophy sucks right now. It totally sucks.
Freddie, you look at the Ravens. What do you see? And is there cause for concern with them right now at 1-3?
I'm gonna be a little bit more optimistic. But before I answer that question, I'm gonna answer Charles, respond to Charles' last point. The philosophy, like while Lamar has gotten better as a passer, he's not your average passer. So you have to morph an offense or create or design an offense that will utilize his skill set. And his strongest skill set is his legs, which is why he's not going to be playing this week. So, but am I concerned about Lamar? Not yet. I mean, the Baltimore Ravens, no, I'm not. And the reason being is I don't trust Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. We saw what they did last
Oh
night.
boy, yeah,
We
yeah.
we know what Cleveland is, right? Dumpster fire. They're planning to start Dylan Gabriel this week. So there's and they hopefully, for them, they could win. I could care less. They could beat Houston this week because Houston's not playing very well on offense. They're not playing well collectively. There is a concern for Baltimore's offense. I mean, I'm sorry, their defense. Their defense, they can't stop anybody, right? And so that, you had the defensive lineman, he's on the IR for the rest of the year. They lost several defensive backs, in that game. I don't know what their status is going to be for this week. So it's questionable for that. I'm not concerned yet because Pittsburgh is going to bye this week. So you're not going to lose much ground in the division than you already have, right now. So I think, if you can get Lamar back this week, maybe next week or the week after, I think you can be fine.
The defense, I think, is obliterated defensively. They got some key injuries out there, right? And they've done. I saw a stat today that said they've done 45 blitz attempts, got nothing, zero. 45,
Wow.
45, and they've got nothing. And they basically said Mahomes had no challenge, saw it coming, and was just kind of picking them apart with that. So having said that, it'll be that they have some defensive concerns. And to Freddie's other point, Lamar isn't going to be playing this week as the only representative here who lives in that state. What's the buzz like? And should people be concerned about the Ravens, or is everything good with them?
If they have any buzz, I don't know what it is. Let's get that out the way first. I don't know about the Ravens. I didn't see any of the games, so I went back and looked at the stats because I was curious to see where, if I could find where the problem might lie. I thought it was,
Yeah.
well, maybe it was Lamar because I hadn't seen any games. So I went and looked at his stats. His stats are fine. At least the numbers are okay. To Freddie's point about the defense, the couple articles that I did get time to read talked about the key injuries that they have. A lot of them are on the defensive side of the ball. Um, I don't know, but what I can't say is, the first game of the season when they gave up 40 something points to
In the
Buffalo.
lead, right?
Right. So if it's the first game of the season, I'm going to assume that all these injured players now were playing that game and they still got smoked. So you can't say, well, it's the injuries, it's the injury bug week that's got us. No, because you went to Buffalo, or was they at home? I don't even know if they were at home or at Buffalo. But either way, they lost the game. They gave up 40 plus points. In no sport, well, in no college or pro football team can you give up 40 points and should expect to win. So if I had to say anything about Baltimore, they need to figure out their defense more than their offense because it seemed to me they put up enough. They
Points.
put up respect. You know what I'm trying to say? Number of points
Yeah.
to have won more than one game. So you got to look at the defense and getting back to the defensive coach maybe or even the head coach. I haven't seen them play this year, but in one of the articles they had a picture of is John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh, whichever one, the Harbaugh coach guy.
John.
Yeah, and he looked really old. And I don't know if I know he's not as old as I am. And his neck was all wrinkly and stuff, and his face is drawn in. I don't know if he's not getting sleep or what it is, but he looked beat down. And this is game 4 of the season. So yeah, that's all I got for them. I don't know I hope Lamar's okay that he can play. I mean, I do wish him the best.
I think Charles, you were on to something though. At least I know when we were watching that first game live, even with the fumble, 4th and 2, Buffalo had no timeouts.
They had none.
So between Henry and Lamar, I'm feeling pretty confident they could have got that 2 yards. And at that point, you can't give somebody like, Buffalo the ball back,
Right.
and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. That to me was a coaching decision
Yes.
or an organizational decision. So
Well, is that a lack of confidence
that
from the
thank you.
coaching?
Yeah, I think so. I think that, and in the past, LB, I associated Baltimore with a certain type of toughness.
Hmm.
So even if they had a turnover, I'm going back to like the Ed Reed days and those cats, they just bounce right back and come again. And to Charles's point, Henry's pretty good and he's huge. He can fall down and get you three,
Right.
you know. And then not to mention, Lamar has some of the quickest legs out there. I don't like him having to run, but in that instance,
Hmm.
I don't understand why sometimes we talk about this, they overcoached. I thought they overcoached, tried to get cute with it and didn't get the pass and had the punt. So I'll say this, Freddie, that right now, according to NFL.com, and I would agree to this too, they came out the gate with a really a tough schedule. I mean, they're playing some playoff caliber teams, bang, bang, and bang. But they're pretty much saying what you were saying, like, okay, look at where Cincy is. They now have the eighth easiest schedule for the rest of the
That's the season.
season. So the general opinion of
Assistance.
this is the inconsistency that we've seen with them is going to level itself out when they start playing lesser teams. Do you agree with that, or you think
I I'm just not seeing it.
really?
I'm really not seeing it. Um it's for me the coaching philosophy is a continuation from the ineptness of what they did last year, right? They were great most of the season, right? At the end of the season, right? Uh they
Everything went belly up.
everything went belly up, right? And so and then Freddie again he brought up a great point. Uh Defensively, it's been really they bugaboo. Really, it's not just this year, right? How many times last year did they lose games that they were up, right? And the defense let them come back, right? Uh, Granted, Freddie makes another good point: is that they're in a weak division, right? And so it is a possibility that could they still come out of the division as the champions? Oh, they could, but what did that mean? What that
Right.
mean?
Because if they can't beat Buffalo or Kansas
It don't
City,
matter, right?
they can win all the divisions that they want to and still get smoked in the
Because you
playoffs by
know that
those same two
those guys gonna be
teams.
waiting, LB. They're gonna be at the
Yeah.
end of the road.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different. It gets to be, and I try to be, as optimistic with any team, as possible. Like look, to your point, Rusty, they had a very brutal schedule. They had Buffalo, then they had Detroit,
Yep.
Hmm.
then they had go Buffalo, Cleveland, then Detroit, then Kansas. That's three very tough teams. And they're very tough teams, right? So you're getting the bulk of the toughness out of the way early. When in the past, it may not have been as tough, and you're just running through everybody last year, right? And so then you fade toward the end. Now, hopefully, the tides turn and you flip it and you get guys healthy. I don't know what you got to make some moves on defense, especially on the defensive line.
Last year, and this may be kind of what what LB is saying. Baltimore was considered the healthiest team there, injury wise, and they still got to that intersection in the road and had to face like they've always had, whether it's KC above, and they can't get past them.
Yep.
So I want obviously Jackson to rebound from his recent little injury, but it looks like there's six key starters on defense that aren't there, man.
Hmm.
I think that's a lot to overcome. So I'm probably in the camp that's saying I think they do have something to worry about. Um, you're 1-3 right now,
They got to win these next two games.
huh?
They got to win these next two games.
Agree.
Yep.
And I agree with you, Freddie. I don't think the division is the challenge. I think the conference is the challenge.
Hmm.
And what you do in the division, okay, great, but you got to get through the conference, man. And There's some teams out there that are looking really, really, really solid right now. What does anybody know? Like what exactly is the extent of Lamar's injury? Because I didn't see it.
Hamstring.
Yeah, hamstring.
Hamstring.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh,
So yeah, right. So that you don't even know
oh,
if it's a 1 week or 3 week issue. You
or
know what I mean?
longer.
Or
That-
longer. Right. Right.
what makes it really difficult with Lamar, and this is something that I talked to someone about when you have mobile quarterbacks. Um, if he was, say, a Tom Brady,
Right.
right?
Just staying there.
He could play, right?
Uh-huh.
But his game, his style of play is so much predicated on his legs and him being able to explode and take off to where if he's not right, he's a detriment to the team.
Who is Lamar's backup?
Oh, I just saw it.
Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. Yeah. Whoever he is. I don't know who
He's
that
a
is.
Dallas quarterback. He used to be
He
a
was
Dallas
quarterback.
Cowboys.
last year.
Oh, that clown. Oh, guy. Okay. Yeah. My bad.
Okay, I think that says a lot too.
Yeah.
I think the hammy LB is one of them things. You can't rush that. You
No.
can't rush that, and
Especially
it
just
can
like
lead to
Freddie
some other
said.
types of injuries.
Exactly. Especially with like Freddie's point. I mean, if he's a mover. So if you can't move, you know who you are. And I just can't see him, taking 7 steps and standing there. That's just not how he operates. And I don't believe his offensive line would allow him to just stand there and operate.
That's true.
One more quick stat before you leave. So the Ravens have allowed 133 points, the most in the NFL through 4 games.
Wow. Wow. Well, I know they gave up half them on the first week because
Right.
they
Right.
gave up a whole boatload against Buffalo.
But let's be honest now. When you play Buffalo, Detroit, and Kansas City in 3 of those 4 weeks,
That's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
That's a
tough
gauntlet, man.
or healthy.
Yeah.
Right.
Healthy,
Well, like I say,
hungry,
the first
strong.
game they were healthy when they gave up 40+ points. So
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. We'll see how it goes, man. Keep an eye out on them. We'll spot a lot of different team in a couple of weeks. I was just kind of curious because I know I watched that first game with such anticipation. I got nothing against Buffalo, but I really wanted Baltimore to win to kind of get over that hump of beating one of these really
Mhm.
good AFC teams. And the fumble happened so quick.
I know.
Me and LB was watching the game, went out, lit a stogie, came back. I'm like, oh damn, what? How did this happen? The game was over.
It
Next
was
thing you know, in
over.
less than 2 minutes, Josh just like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how they do. That's really all we want to talk about today before we go. Let's see who's got something to say. LB, how about you, buddy? You got something to say today?
I do not. Thank goodness. That means life is good. I have nothing to bitch about today.
Fair enough. Fair enough. How about you, Charles?
This was really, really nice. What I'm about to say. Sharapova got Maria Sharapova got inducted into the
Hall of Fame, Serena.
And Serena Williams. They were bitter enemies when they played. They were bitter, right?
I know.
Serena made it her mission for that woman never to beat her again, and she did. She only beat her one time, right? And that was in the finals at Wimbledon, right? And she never beat her again. And it was nice. It was a nice gesture by both of them, right? Basically, they buried the hatchet. They actually have been talking to each other, right? Friendly. And I'm gonna tell you, Serena looked fantastic.
She's on a new drug, man.
Huh?
She's on that new drug.
Oh,
she lost a lot of weight though,
Making
right?
commercial for it. You see her she's injecting it on
Yeah.
She
I like
what
the
she
thick
doing, but
Serena.
she looks fantastic.
Yeah, I like the thick Serena, not the skinny Serena.
I think to your point, Charles, I think we see that in other places too. I remember there was a time when Magic and Bird were just, total opposites, and next thing you know, they're making Pepsi or Coke commercials after the career
Right.
was over. Still getting paid. So I ain't got no problems with that. Freddie, how about you, man? You got something to say?
You're getting a pedicure, manicure, men. Don't put the gloss on
Yeah.
you know that makes me uncomfortable.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think Shaq started that by getting his he did that, put it on Instagram or something, getting the clear coat put on his. And I think that's what some people took as, oh, it's okay now. I still say gay.
I disagree with it. I don't know. I just I don't know, man. I grew up in a different era. LB, I got an interesting. I got something to say last week. We did a leadership offsite in Raleigh, North Carolina, right?
Hmm.
So total going and coming, I counted 11 Freddies.
Yes.
Huh?
Yep.
11.
Yep.
Called them out every single time.
Uh-huh.
I'm cruising at 75. I'm not bothering nobody. Why am I pulling up on you, Freddie? Get out the way. Get out the way. I'm just saying. LB got me counting Freddies now, and we have
Yeah,
labeled it.
yeah. I've been trying to take video of them. Then I'm next time I'm gonna take video. Then I'm gonna send it to the group.
Here's the thing, though, LB. I mean, nobody in front of them.
No, no.
Right lane, wide
Wide open.
open.
Yep.
And that's why our auto insurance rates are going up across the country.
Yep. Because y'all won't move.
Y'all won't get out the way. That's the reason.
Get out the way, man.
No, you old heads are in a rush to get somewhere. No,
I should not have to tap my brakes on that ride. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
All I'm saying.
Yes.
So hey, appreciate you guys rocking with the channel. Thanks as always. If you haven't already, check out some of these baseball playoffs. By the time this show airs, the wild cards will be over. I love this playoff system. You play today, tomorrow, and it's over. And then when you get to this weekend, you start the divisional. So I think baseball has it right. Yeah, some good games. We still got 2 more going today. So thanks for rocking with us. We'll catch you guys next week. We are out.